Welcome back. My name is Immaculate Bikoti. I'm a certified John Maxwell leadership coach, and today I will talk about building a strong team with a difficult person. You see, there are many things you can do to build a strong team, and holding team members accountable is one of the ways. So anytime you have difficulty with the person you lead, whether it's because of a negative attitude, poor performance, lack of cooperation, or some other issue, you need to start a process right away. And that process is the same for nearly every situation. Before I lay it out for you, I want to point out two questions you need to ask before you get started. And question number one, can this person change? This question has to do with ability. Will this person change? This has to do with attitude. Often the problem does not relate to ability but to attitude. But for this process to be successful, when you ask a person to change, the answer to both questions has to be yes. It can't be either or no. It has to be yes. I've known people with great ability but bad attitude. And I've known people with great attitude but poor ability. If the person is able and willing to change, there is a chance you can be successful. The first step you need to take is meet privately ASAP to discuss their behavior. If you have a problem with someone, do something about it as quickly as you can. Meet with the person privately and level with them with integrity and honesty. Never go into one of these meetings angry. Never. If you do, you greatly reduce your chances of success. Sit down and very clearly lay out what the issue is, giving specific, tangible examples of the undesirable actions or behaviors. Don't be vague. Don't use second-hand reports. Don't attribute bad motives to them because they will only get defensive. In fact, go into the conversation assuming their motives were good. That is more likely to make them open to change and willing to make corrections. And be sure to explain how their actions are negatively affecting the organization, the team, the ministry, or you. The second thing you have to do is ask for their side of the story. You can be a pretty good judge of people, but you still sometimes read situations wrong. You misunderstand something that happened, make wrong assumptions, or don't realize you're missing out an important piece of information. Sometimes circumstances such as personal tragedy are temporarily prompting unwanted behavior, and the person simply needs help or understanding. That's why you don't want to go in with guns blazing. You might be wrong. When you're done with step 2, step 3, try to come to a place of agreement. At this point, it's time to find out if they agree with you. If they do agree, it can be very humbling for them, but it opens them up to change. And that's really ideal. Often, you can help someone with that attitude. If they disagree, perhaps say it's someone else's problem. I tell them, look, I believe I'm right, and this is your problem. I'm going to give you a week to think about it. We will meet again and discuss it. My hope is that they will give it some honest thought and maybe ask people who know them well, really well. I will be honest with them. If they have a change of heart after a week, we can move forward to the next step because they have taken responsibility. If they still don't agree, then I will say, you may not agree with what I've just said, but we'll have to agree to change and follow my guidelines if you want to remain on the team. And I'm going to hold you accountable. Step 4, set out a future course of action with a deadline. No matter whether the person agrees with you or not, you must lay out a specific course of action for them to take. Indicate any actions they must not take or behavior they must not exhibit, starting immediately. If there are action steps they will need to follow through on, lay those out and put deadlines on them. And make sure they understand. Make sure they understand. Put your requirements into writing if needed. If you don't both agree on what needs to happen in the future, you will both be frustrated. Sorry. The 5th, which is the last, validate the value of the person and express your commitment to help. That is, before you finish your meeting, let them know that you care about them and genuinely desire a positive resolution to the situation. Tell them how you will help them. Sometimes the greatest value a leader can add to other people comes through telling them the truth, showing them where they can grow, and then helping them change. Some people spend years on a job being resented by their boss and fellow colleagues, but are never told about their problem or given a chance to change and grow. As a leader, you have the chance to help them. Sitting down with people and telling them where they fall short isn't easy, and there is no guarantee that they will acknowledge their problem or change. There is a chance that you will have to let them go. If you are having a hard time making that decision, ask yourself this question. If I needed to hire new people, knowing what I know now, would I hire these individuals? If the answer is yes, keep them. If the answer is no, let them go. If the answer is maybe, reevaluate in 3 months. If after 3 months you still don't know if it is a yes or a no, then the answer is really no. Your emotions are making it difficult for you to accept a hard decision. Ultimately, as a leader, you owe it to the rest of the team to make these tough choices. That's what you get paid for. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video.